This is the real Tom Rose. We're dealing with a modifier slash verb agreement issue here. So for example, let's take the sentence as written originally. The museum, the guidebook recommended. So let's start out with identifying modifiers. The guidebook recommended is a modifier for museum. Which museum? The museum the guidebook recommended. Then we have comma which. Comma which is a construction which sets up another noun modifier, right? So let's look at the modifier, which was a small art gallery situated on the north side of town in a building in a bustling neighborhood. This whole thing is another modifier stacked up on museum. But there's never any verb. So we have the museum, a whole bunch of modifiers for museum, but then there's no verb. We want to say was awesome. The museum, which was a small art gallery, was awesome. You need some kind of verb. And we don't have one, so that's why this one is out. You can either call that verb or modifier. Now let's take a look at some of the others. Second choice, the museum the guidebook recommended was that of a small art gallery. So you don't need to say that of. This is a preposition error. When you say that of, it sounds like the museum belonged to the small art gallery, but it didn't belong to, it just was a small art gallery. So the word you want to use is was. You want to use verb, which is correct. Similarly, we have was to be. To be is a verb problem. You wouldn't say it was to be a small art gallery. That makes it sound like it doesn't exist yet, and or it makes it sound like it's not a small gallery, but it was supposed to be. It was to be a small art gallery, but they decided to make it a large gallery at the last minute. So this is the wrong verb. And lastly, the last one sounds almost correct. In fact, notice that it's exactly the same as the third choice, except for the verb at the end. Situated is the correct verb. Situating is incorrect verb. Situating is a present progressive. It makes it sound like the gallery is currently situating, meaning it's moving around and it's trying to get itself comfortable, which is not something a gallery would do, right? It is situated is the way that you would say that it's permanent, true in the present.